Welcome! Today we are going to make a crochet pencil case. As we see, this is how it looks. And this is how it looks from the inside. As we can see, the pencil case is beautiful and its size is large. We can also use it not only as a pencil case, we can use it as a makeup bag, or for any tools we like to keep. Also, the steps to make it are easy and simple, and stay with us until the end, and we'll do it together step by step. Let's get started. But before we begin, if you follow us from YouTube, subscribe. And make sure you have activated the notifications from the bell sign. If you follow us from Facebook, like our page. We'll use Ollie's cotton gold yarn and 3-size hook. You can use any medium thick cotton yarn you prefer. And the amount of yarn we'll consume from the main color will be less than 100 grams. And for the white color, we'll consume less than 50 grams. We'll start with 62 chain stitches. We'll leave the first 2 stitches and we'll make the first half double crochet stitch in the third one. We'll make most of the pencil case with the half double crochet stitch. We'll make 1 half double crochet stitch in each chain stitch. We'll complete the first row this way until the end of the chain. We completed the first row. Let's start the second row. We'll start with 2 chain stitches. And the beginning of each row will always be with 2 chain stitches. And we'll continue in the same way. In each stitch we'll make a half double crochet stitch. We'll make the first part 4 row of half double crochet stitches. We completed the 4 rows we made with the odd half double crochet stitches. We'll cut the yarn and we'll reconnect the thread, but we'll count 10 stitches first. We'll connect the yarn at the chain side knot at the last row. We'll count 10 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At the 11th stitch, we'll reconnect the yarn. We'll start by making 2 chain stitches. And we'll make 1 row of half double crochet stitches. We'll complete the row, not to the end. We'll also leave 10 stitches in the last. So we will have left 10 stitches at the beginning and 10 stitches at the end. We completed the row we made after we reduced the row width. We'll start the second row, and from the second row, we'll start making the white dots. We'll start the row with 2 chain stitches. We'll count the chain stitches as the first stitch. We start counting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stitches, 5 half double crochet stitches plus chain stitches. Stitch number 7 is the first place we'll make the popcorn stitch that will form the white part. We'll connect the white yarn over and we'll enter the stitch and make a double crochet stitch. In the same stitch, we'll make another double crochet stitch. Then we'll make the third stitch. then the fourth. And then we'll make a fifth stitch. We get out of the loop on the hook and enter the upper loops of the first stitch. We pull the last loop and pass it through the loops of the first stitch. So we complete the first popcorn stitch. We'll move the white thread by passing it through the stitches of the other color. Likewise with the sky blue yarn in order to move it easily. We'll make 6 half double crochet stitches. We'll leave the sky blue yarn and take the white one. And we start repeating making a second popcorn stitch. By making 5 double crochet stitches at the same stitch. Then we pass the last loop through the first stitch, and we close the second popcorn stitch. All the stitches that we'll work with in the video have already been explained in their own videos. We'll complete the row by dividing stitches between the popcorn stitches and the half double crochet stitches. We make 6 half double crochet stitches, and we make a popcorn stitch in stitch number 7. We'll take the sky blue yarn, and we'll make 6 half double crochet stitches. Now we'll start doing the third popcorn stitch. We start with 5 double crochet stitches, and then close them and make a popcorn stitch. We'll complete the row in the same way and specify the places for the popcorn stitches. As in the coming rows, these stitches will be repeated on top of each other. Let's continue. As we see that we have completed the first row in which we started to make the popcorn stitches. We'll cut the white yarn and start making 3 rows of half double crochet stitches. We'll start with 2 chain stitches and work a half double crochet stitch in each stitch. Whether the half double stitch or the popcorn stitch. And we continue in the same way. We completed as we see 3 rows of individual half double crochet stitches. We'll start after them and repeat the row with the popcorn stitches. We start with 2 chain stitches as the first stitch. Then we'll make 6 half double crochet stitches. At the 7th stitch, we'll make the first popcorn stitch in this row. And we continue in the same order of the row in which we made the popcorn stitches. We'll divide the stitches by the same number. In the same way, between every 2 rows they have popcorn stitches, we'll make 3 rows of half double crochet stitches. We worked as we saw the rows of the first side. We worked 14 rows. Let's start doing the part that will be the base. We're going to make a chain of 10 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the other side, we will connect another end of the yarn. We also do 10 chain stitches. We'll start working the next rows in the stitches in the middle and the stitches we added. We'll leave the first 2 stitches and start making the first half double stitch in the second stitch. And we'll make half double stitches in the stitches that have been added. We'll continue in the middle in the same way and make popcorn stitches in the same order. As we see the row after we have completed it and completed the added stitches. We'll make 8 rows of this size. After completing the 8 rows, we'll repeat the step we did at the beginning, and we'll return again to the small width. We'll leave at the beginning and end of the row 10 stitches that we'll not work in. And we make 14 rows in the same way. As we can see what we have come to. We made 8 rows with a bigger width. Then we made 14 rows, similar to the 14 rows before them. Now we'll make 4 rows similar to the 4 rows we made at the beginning. We'll repeat the same steps with which we increase the width of the rows. By adding 10 chain stitches at the toe sides of the row. We start the row from the chains we added and continue until we reach the end of the chains on the other side. And we'll make 4 rows. We'll leave the first 2 stitches and start doing the individual half double crochet stitches. Now the shape that will be the pencil case is complete. And we have finished the last 4 rows. Let's start joining these parts to each other and form the pencil case. But before we do this, we'll cut this fabric as a lining. We'll cut the 2 wide parts on top and bottom separately. We'll cut the middle part right. And take care to leave a seam or half for sewing. We'll first sew the wide parts with the middle part. The fabric will be the same as the crochet piece. And we will sew the lining fabric the same way as the crochet piece. Let's start how we'll sew it. We'll fold it in half. We use pins only to show. We'll connect this upper part, which will have the zipper of the pencil case. We'll connect this part like this. We'll connect it from here. Then we connect these 2 sides. As we see it, this will be roughly the shape of the pencil case. So, we will connect these 2 sides. And after we connect them, it will be 8 rows with the same width of the rows in the middle. We start connecting them from this small part. And then we connect these 2 sides. In this way, the shape of the pencil case will be completed. And here will be the place of the zipper. Let's see how we'll connect it. We'll make the connection on the back. We'll use this needle and yarn. We'll start at the first 2 stitches. Making a knot that we enter twice so that it holds the yarn. Also, if we want more fixation, we can also use the normal thread and needle. We'll go into the next 2 stitches. We continue in order of stitches. We continue in the same way, connecting the rest of the parts in the pencil case. As we see that the pencil case is complete, we also made the lining in the same way. We connect the zipper at the lining and we're going to insert the lining into the pencil case. As we can see, using an ordinary thread and needle, we will sew the zipper and the lining on this side and the other side. And we can fix it also with separated stitches here. We connected the zipper and the lining, as we can see, and completed the pencil case. And this is what it looks like from the inside. We also did it in a different color. And so the pencil case was completed. If you liked this video, give it thumbs up and share it. And if you have any question, write it in the comments. And to get all our new videos, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.